Hey guys, it's Lorraine. I'm here to tell you the story of the false religion slash culty upbringing that I had whenever I was with my mother. Mind you, I only lived with her about half of my childhood. The other half I lived with my grandmother and my grandfather. Um, so yeah, let's get started. So my mother told us we were what was called guardians. Guardians were essentially protectors of the human race. We, guardians, were supposed to be the ones that fought in the end times. We were going to be riding on white horses with the angels, fighting off the demons. With that being said, I do want to preface this story by saying I grew up in a Baptist church while I lived with my grandfather. My grandmother was not religious, so I did not go to church while living with her. My mother also was really weird. I wasn't sure on her religious beliefs as far because she would say things like she believed in God, and if someone was standing out handing out Christianity posters, she would take them. So it was really odd. She mixed in this religion with Christianity. I and I don't know that I would necessarily call it a religion, more culty to me. Um, So she would say, while I was doing this, I didn't feel anything, I didn't hear anything, but I didn't know anymore. I mean, I was 16. I wanted to believe that my mother had the best intentions for me. Personally, I would never let my child sit in a room calling a demon. That's completely inappropriate. So she would say that if we were feeling drained, to let your demon out. And then she would claim that once your demon was out, that demon would mass murder, school shootings, murder, anything. And if anything like that happened, she would ask us, is your demon out? Or is your guardian, I'm sorry, is your guardian out? But it was weird because when I called my guardian back in, basically opening my box and saying, come back, come back, come back, I didn't feel any surge of energy or anything like that she claimed. Really, it was more of a mind control thing, something that she had power over. She would tell me and my sisters that we had to be around each other, that we had to see each other. I'm not sure how often she said it was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. But she said that if we didn't see each other often, we would feel crazy. However, I think it's the complete opposite. Now looking back at that, she would also claim that she had control over those who got sick. So those who got cancer or those who ended up dying or something really bad happened, like a car accident. She would say, I caused that. Well, my guardian did that. Super smart things, which was really like just nonsense. And I don't know if she genuinely believed it or if it was something that she tried to make us believe. But mind you, I told people this, and I am now as an adult super embarrassed that I ever said that to anyone. Um, I watch a lot of true crime, sometimes about cults, and I have to catch myself judging people about, oh God, how could you join a cult? That's just not possible. Then I have to remind myself, I essentially was in a cult. I essentially thought that I had some power over a demon and that I had the ability to kill or give life to people. It was nonsense. It was a way for her to control and manipulate. It was very Dungeons and Dragons. Um, if you want me to be completely honest, I think that this religion started with my biological father. I have never had too much contact with him, but there is a story for that I do want to share, about his crazed perception of himself. Um, so during the time of when me and my husband first got married, my husband was unaware of all the crazy shit my mother had going on. She would tell him that he needed to bring me over. There was text messages to her, from her, about how we were guardians and she needed to see me, otherwise I was going to go stir crazy. When in reality it was, when I saw her, I'm not sure what she did. It had to have been mentally. It made me different. It made me angry. It would actually cause fights between him and I. When I was around her, I could not tell you why that reaction was. I can tell you now it is complete nonsense, but I did not know that until I got away and I just realized how stupid it all sounded and how ridiculous it was that I even thought that. Mind you, this was for a good 5 years, I believe this. Probably a little bit longer. I'm not sure when she first introduced me to that religion. I do know that when I called my demon, I was 16. Um, and into my early 20s, I will say I believed it because, again, I was telling people this nonsense. But in reality, it was really just a way for her to control us. It was just a way for her to manipulate and do whatever she could to keep her power over us. And I can't believe that she really thought that that was okay. And it's crazy because while she's praying to her box every single night,